Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about products that I love that you can't get anymore. They just stopped making them. Companies went out of business. The product itself doesn't exist anymore, so forth and so on. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, stick around. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And yeah, let's jump in. So let's start off with the main thing that prompted this video. Now I have in the vein, I have had this for probably 3 years, and you can see how much I've used. And this is probably one of my most used primers. You need such a small amount of it. I mainly use it in here, like in the T-zone area. It's a pore filling smoothing primer. You don't need very much. I don't wear makeup all the time, but just a teeny little bit. So this finally expired. I used it last month. It was fine. And then I went to use it this month. It definitely turned. It's funny how makeup will just go all of a sudden. But I was like, okay, I've only used this much. Let me go on and see if I can get like a travel size, because that would still last me probably a year. This product is not available anymore. And it's the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. It's smoothing with rosehip and argan oil, pore perfecting. Does not exist. I even went on Sephora's website, because sometimes Sephora will have products longer when they're trying to get rid of stock. Yeah, no, nobody has it. So I was very, very sad. Very, very sad. So that is going to go in the garbage because it expired. And then I was, Morphe was having issues where they closed their stores. This was before they even went out of business, or not went out of business, before they filed for bankruptcy. I was like, okay, they're closing stores. They may be filing for bankruptcy. One of my favorite Morphe brushes is this little flat M170-2. I was like, okay, I want to go on and I want to order 2 more of these brushes, because this is my favorite for, I have really small lids. When I put on glitter glue or do cut creases or anything like that, putting shimmer on my lid, I really like this brush for that. It just picks up product really well. Morphe does not have this brush on their website anymore. I might check Poshmark to see if I can find another one. I got this in one of their subscription boxes like 4 or 5 years ago, when the Morphe and Me brush subscription that used to exist. I don't know if it still does or not, but it was probably one that they were getting ready to get rid of and I didn't realize it. But yeah, doesn't exist on the website anymore, so I couldn't buy another one of that. And then Sephora is not going to carry Item Beauty anymore. So I was looking. I love Item Beauty's concealer. It's one of the best concealers I've found in a really long time. I don't have to wear a color corrector underneath it. I can. It's not necessary. But I'm in the shade 110. Now, you can still get their concealers. Like, they're not going out of business as far as I know. But the shade 110 is not available anywhere. You can get shade 100 or shade 200. Like, the range isn't great. So it may be one of those things. I wasn't fast enough on Sephora and I didn't think about it. They are doing 40%. I may end up having to pick up shades 100 and 200 and just mix them. But yeah, this particular shade, and it is listed like in the swatches, but it's not available on their website, and Sephora didn't have it either. So couldn't get another one of those. I'm just going to put stuff back as we talk about it. Okay. We'll do another primer. This is a brand new one that I just opened. My other one, I was like scraping the barrel. I made sure to buy one before Becca went out of business. This is the Backlight Priming Filter. It's just comes in a pump. And that may be why the Urban Decay one lasted so long, because it's in a pump. It's relatively sealed, so it's just a shimmery primer. Gives you a glow. I shouldn't say shimmery. It doesn't have specks of glitter or anything in it. It just gives you a glow. Very, very similar to what the Charlotte Tilbury one does, or that e.l.f. one. Same thing. That's exactly what this is. But I really liked the Urban Decay combination with the Becca. So I have another like pore filling primer that I've been using with that. So, but Becca did go out of business. So once that one is gone, if the e.l.f. one still exists, because it's going to take me a while to go through that, then I'll probably just start using that one. I have a couple more things from Becca. we'll just get them out of the way. One of my favorite highlighters is Opal. I have the little mini when they did their holiday sets. It's just a pretty champagne gold. I travel with this one. Like, it's not, you know, out of this world, but it's a pretty, like, everyday, not gonna blind you, but not necessarily like subtle, like kind of in between. So the other shade that I can mention, and I got this on Poshmark when they were going out of business, is Moonstone. I picked up a mini, because a mini highlighter, and I've used Opal a lot. Like I said, I travel with this. You can see it's barely got any dips in the pan. So minis in highlighters, I think, are nice, but I got Moonstone, was a really popular shade. This is a very, like, lit from within highlighter, but I picked that one up too. I will say I don't like the packaging on Moonstone. It got gummy, but I guess it's something with the Moonstone shade, because I was watching some videos and like the full-size one did that too. So they did different packaging on the Moonstone shade, and it for some reason got, you know, gummy with age. I just thought the person had sanitized it, because if you put like Clorox wipes on rubber, it'll get gummy like this. But the lady I was watching, she didn't do that, and hers just got gummy on with age. So it's just something with the packaging. And then the last item is, it's a bronzer in the shade Sunset Waves. I do have a blush too, but I don't use all the time. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I like to go in, if you're new here, the way I contour is I'll use a matte, either bronzer or contour powder, and then I'll go in with a shimmery bronzer on top to blend it out. I like doing the combination. So this is one of my favorite. It's kind of got a blushy, like, highlighter. It's, you know, got the different splits. It's very, very pretty. This is probably my most used bronzer, and I do mention it on my channel because I have seen it on Poshmark, so you can still find it, but it's harder to get a hold of. Now this one pains me. This is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. I have a mini. I had an opportunity to buy a full size on Poshmark last year, and I didn't do it. This is how much I have left. I did get a hold of another mini. It was brand new. I just got it. There was one listing on Poshmark, and it came with this, a highlighter stick, and a little mini Hoola, like, powder. But this is my favorite, like, cream contour. I don't know what it is with this format. I wish they would bring this back, because I think Benefit was a little bit ahead of the time. This came out when cream contour was not as popular, but it's just pretty and nice. And yeah, I was able to try. It was the only one on Poshmark. I found that set. So if anybody has a full size, I will buy it from you, because I had a hard time. But I did track down another mini, so I'll be good for a little bit longer. I do have some other ones to replace it, but I still really, really like this one. It just goes on. You can put it on top of powder. It blends out. It doesn't lift up foundation or powder or anything weird and underneath. Like, it's just a pretty, like, user-friendly product. Like I said, I wish they would bring that back, because I think if they brought it back and, like, did a couple of different shade options, I think it would do really well. So fingers crossed on that. I'm going to do 2 lip products, and then I'll do 1 eyeshadow palette, and then we'll be done. So let me know at the end if you want me to do a part 2, because I'm sure I could dig out more stuff that is not available anymore. The next one, and this is one that I have mentioned a bunch on my channel. This is from Sugar Pill. This is one of their bullet matte lip colors in the shade Detox. I love the little pill packaging. This was on clearance for a long, long time. And they finally, I think they're getting rid of. Mine looks a little messed up. My daughter, for a while, would sneak in here and use it. She's going to be 5. So it's a little messed up, but I was always, like, scared because they discontinued. I think they got rid of all their bullets. It's just a pretty hot orange. Love it for fall. Like I said, she left it up and, like, shoved it up into the tube. So that's why mine looks messed up, but it still works. But yeah. One of my favorite ones to wear during fall. Now, in that same vein of this, I went when KVD was, like, reformulating, rebranding. I got the shade A Go Go, which is a similar shade. It's a little bit different. And I was like, oh, I'll get this instead. I don't think this is available anymore either. Slightly different. When it's on, gives you the same effect, but this one's a little bit, got a little bit more red. This one's a little more yellow based, but yeah, neither one of these are available. So you can get a hold of them. Like I said, Detox and a Go-Go if you like orange. Like I said, this is one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. So I'm gonna hold on to that till it goes bad. And then the last honorable mention possibly is going to be my Alien palette from Jeffree Star. This is one of my favorite, all-time favorite palettes. One of my favorite Jeffree Star palettes. I wish he would bring this back. I'm hoping we'll do like an anniversary of the Alien palette, maybe in slightly different packaging. I will buy another one, even if it's in this with the same shades. I just really, really like this. It's boring to look at, and I did not want this when I saw pictures of it when it first came out. But I love this palette. I like that it's neutral with some pops of color. I've talked about this one to death on my channel, so we won't go into it a whole lot, but yeah. So that is it for my products that I have that you can't get. So when they're gone, they're gone. Let me know if you want me to do a part 2. I definitely could dig out some more stuff that is no longer available that I love. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Again, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and hopefully I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, everybody.